question today. And just ask somebody and tell somebody, say, you got it? Now what you gonna do with it?
Now what you gonna do with it?
Ask somebody else. Tell somebody. Say you have it.
You have it.
You got it.
You got
now
it.
what you gonna do with it?
Now what you gonna do with it?
I am so glad that God is a God of equity, where He has given at least all of us at least the same gift.
Yes.
He's a God of equity. All of us have one thing at least in common.
Yes.
Many of us may not have the same amount of money.
Yes.
Many of us may not drive a car or the same car.
Amen.
We may not live in the same neighborhood. We may not work the same job. May not have the same clothes. May not have the same friends. But one thing, He was gracious enough to give us all together at the same time. He bestowed us with a gift.
Yes. Hallelujah.
One of the greatest gifts that He gave to us is He blew the breath of life into our body.
Hallelujah.
And He woke us up on this morning.
Amen.
Now, if you didn't sleep, He woke you up last night. If you didn't sleep then, He woke you up the night before. But He woke us up.
Amen.
So the first thing He started us is we ought to thank God and be grateful for the gift. One thing I can't stand is an ungrateful person.
Yes. Yes.
It's hard to do anything for somebody who's not grateful.
Amen.
Somebody who never ever tells you thank you. You don't want to keep giving to somebody who can't ever say thank you for what you gave me.
Yes.
There are some ungrateful people, but I found out an ungrateful person is an unhappy person.
Amen. Amen.
You ever want to find somebody who's miserable? You find someone who is ungrateful.
Amen. That's right.
It's too warm, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too bright, it's too dark, it's too much, it's too little, it's too salty, it's too sweet, it's just too much. Somebody who's never grateful.
Amen.
Amen.
For what they have. So the first thing with this gift that we have, we ought to all be grateful that God was gracious enough to give us this gift. I was looking at a movie the other night, and I think the movie was about 9 years old. The name of the movie was Hancock. I don't know if anybody ever saw the movie Hancock with Will Smith. It was came out a few years ago. It was a superhero, and he was a superhero. But one thing about, he didn't care about what he did. He saved people, but he didn't care how he did it. He was knocking over buildings and doing all other types of things. When he would jump in and he would fly in, he would destroy your driveway and destroy the street. But at least he was saving the people. But a lot of people had trouble being grateful for what he did because of how he did it. One time he went to go save somebody, and the lady said to him, when you lift the car, you should lift it straight up. He said, well, have you lifted a car before? How can you tell me how to?
Amen.
But there was a period when he was away, and the people started to need him.
All right.
And they called on him again. If I can just make another point to you, don't wait until you are without a day to realize the gift that you have. Sometimes we don't realize what we don't have until we don't have it anymore.
All right.
I'm grateful for the things that we have today. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm grateful for modern technology.
Yes.
I don't go with that movement. I don't need no technology. All of us need some level of technology.
Right.
No, I don't, Pastor. Well, you go home and light some candles. Tell me you don't need any technology.
That's right.
And you better not take a bus, and you better not get in a car anywhere, because you don't need any technology. All of us benefit from some type of advance, and you better not call anybody on the phone. You better walk to everybody's house. All of us benefit from some type of advancement. I am grateful that things are not what they used to be.
Amen.
Amen.
Sometimes I hear folks say, I wish I could go back. No, I don't.
Amen.
I wish it was like it was 15 years ago. I don't.
All right. All right.
I wish I could go back to when I was 5 years old. I do not.
All right.
I am grateful for the advances and for what I have now.
Yes, amen.
Some of us seem to get photo book syndrome. What is photo book syndrome? What happens is when you look at a photo, all you remember is the 15 seconds during that photo. Oh, wasn't it just beautiful? Look at us. Oh, we just look so happy. You could have had an argument an hour before, but you don't even remember that. Oh, we just look so nice. You could have been down to your last dime and hardly had no money all morning that morning, but you don't remember that. All you do is you capture and remember the photo. But Lord have mercy, if you had to fully go back to your mentality in your state of where you were in that photo, you would say, thank God for where I am now.
Amen. Amen.
So this is the day that the Lord has made. So then he goes on to tell us not only is it a gift, but it's a handcrafted gift that I gave just for you.
Yes, hallelujah.
When somebody takes some time to make something for you, it's a labor of love.
Amen. Amen.
That's right.
Now, when you go to somebody's houses for dinner and they order Pizza Hut, that might be somewhat of a labor. You know, they ask you what kind you want, get a coupon, and they got a nice coupon. There's nothing wrong with that. You come to mine, that's what you might get. But it's something when somebody takes the labor of love to sit down and to cook and to prepare.
Amen.
It's a labor of love. So he says, not only is this the day, but it's one that I've made. Guess what? And it's just for you.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Your day and my day. It's just for you. I cleaned the slate. This is the day that the Lord has made. So now David then says, he now makes a commandment. W-I-L-L. I gotta close, didn't realize the time. He makes a commandment and says, I will rejoice.
All right.
In other words, in order to do something, not I shall or I can rejoice. In other words, David says, I will rejoice. In order to willingly do something, you have to make a conscious decision to do it.
Yes.
Amen.
David actually said, I will rejoice. Listen, rejoicing is not a reaction. Uh-oh. It got quiet in here because some of us only use being happy and rejoicing as a reaction. But being happy is not just an emotion of reaction. But when I learn how to willingly rejoice, that means I am not just reacting. Listen to this. I am causing everything else to react to my rejoicing.
All right.
I'm not just reacting to what happens to me, but I choose to rejoice or choose to be happy anyway. So in this day that the Lord has made, the question is, what is my emotional state of being going to be?
Yes.
I've got so much to be upset about. You may have a lot to be upset about. But if you really, you know what really gets me sometimes? Sometimes the 4 or 5 things we have to be upset about, we really magnify those things out of the 3,422 things that we have to be glad and happy about.
That's true.
We can really magnify, and I'm guilty of doing it, we can really magnify a couple of bad things, a couple of seemingly bad things, and make big out of it. Make it bigger than the good things that are going on. But I found out that there's more good than bad. Tell somebody, there's more good than bad happening in my life.
There's more good than bad happening in my life.
I really found out. I understood that there's really a lot more good than bad happening in my life. And I found out that when I concentrate on the bad, I cause more bad to happen. Uh-oh.
All right. All right.
Yes, go ahead.
See, I found out that bad is like a magnet. It likes to hang around bad.
Yes,
If I'm doing bad and you doing bad and they doing bad, then there's more bad. We just create a bad club and we're all doing bad together.
Amen.
But the question is, what is my focus and where is my attention?
Amen.
There's a lot that happens in this world that we simply don't know about because our focus and attention can't be on everything at the same time. The question is, what do I choose to focus on? I got to finish this. I got to go.
All right, Pastor.
But the question is, what do I choose to focus on? Where do I choose to focus my attention? Don't let the wrong thing catch your focus.
Yes.
Many of us feel that our life is so bad because we are letting the wrong thing catch our focus. And can I break something down to you? Can I just break some real talk to you? Can I really tell you some stuff? Everybody has problems. Oh, say it again. Everybody's dealing with problems. Don't you ever look at somebody else and say, I wish I had it like them. They seem not to be dealing with a lot. They seem to be smiling and happy all the time. Everybody has something they're dealing with. It's your focus and perception that makes it different. Don't you ever think, because sometimes you think, oh, bend over, I'm the only one unhappy. Everybody seem happy but me. Everybody got some joy but me. Everybody got a reason to smile but me. Everybody got a reason to wake up this morning but me. Everybody got somebody who love them but me. Everybody, that's a lie I've ever heard.
All right.
Everyone is dealing with something.
Right.
And I found it out, there's 2 degrees. Can I really break it down with you? Some people's situation, individual situation might be better than yours, but someone else's situation is worse than yours.
Amen.
That's a fact.
And just because one situation is better doesn't mean another situation is not worse.
Jesus.
There's folks with a lot of money, with billions of dollars, that are still unhappy.
Amen. Amen.
If I had $1 billion, you crazy, I'd be happy. I don't know about that. Because think about it in your life. You might have said a few years ago, if I had $100, I'd be happy. You got 100, you wasn't happy. Lord, but if I had $1,000, I'd be happy. You have 1,000, and that ain't a lot of money nowadays.
Sure ain't.
By 1,000, I'll be happy. I have 10,000, I'll be happy. I have 20,000, I'll be happy. I have 100,000, I'll be happy. But after a while, now y'all all know those folks. Now, Thomas, we ain't gonna talk about it, but you know those folks when they get them a lawsuit, and you can see them dressing nice because they just got them a few $1,000s, but you catch them about 6 months later.
Flat broke.
Now, I know y'all don't know nobody like that, but you know the person ain't working and nothing else like that, and all of a sudden they come out, got a brand new car and dressing real nice, but catch them a year later.
Amen.
Everybody may seem like they're going through something, but the question is, what is my focus? Yes. Everyone said that a sermon a few years ago, it's on my wall at home, and I love it. It says, if I focus on the physical, I lose faith in the invisible.
Jesus. Wow.
Sometimes you got to be careful about what you decide to look at now. Just because I can't see it does not mean it's not working. Clap your hands and give the Lord one more praise. Everybody, let us all stand. Amen. I want to pray for the people, then I got to really leave in the presence of the Lord.